I am the pure harmony of my world. I am the pure harmony of my world. I am the pure harmony of my world. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. To the consciousness and soul control, family and soul tribe. I hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all. There we go. I'm feeling extremely good for no reason at all. I find it a good space to be in my personal life, to not require or need a reason or a condition to feel good for no reason at all, or a stimulant for that matter. Per thought, per intent. Y'all stay hydrated. For some reason, dehydration comes with Ascension. And for some, it may be familiar, for some it may not. But it's a few of us that walk the road less traveled. And there's some of us that's beginning to walk the road less traveled. Personally, I walk the road less traveled. And in order to do that, I have to travel light. Now, depending on who you is listening, and whether this your first time coming upon some dialogue in the way that I'm expressing, you may question or ask yourself, what do we mean by travel light? Well, all I got is my right now. And really, anyone who listening to me talking right now, all you got is your right now too. But that don't mean that's where your mind, the fullness of your mind is. See, our mind could be in some distant past or some illusory future. But to walk the road less traveled, we gotta be in the right now. From moment to moment, all we're gonna have is that right now. We in that moment that we have a moment. Ain't no moment outside of that. Ain't no past and ain't no future. I walk the road less traveled, so I travel light. And in order to travel light, there's some other things that go with that, like the type of luggage or garbage we carry in our mental compartment, our suitcase. The lesser your baggage, the lighter your travel. If you're walking the road less traveled, you gotta travel light, family. Mentally, emotionally, in your actions, everything, you gotta travel light. You can't leave no heavy footprints in the wrong place or in any place, because it creates karma. The lesser your baggage, the lighter your travel. Why is that important to me? Because where we've been or what we've been through only give us a better roadmap of where we headed. Because if you like me and honest about who you are and your right now versus where you've been, I'm sure you could probably say many times you probably didn't have no idea where you was headed or how you was gonna end up. And I found myself like that many times, especially when I found myself in jammed up situations. So I know what that feels like. But where we've been or what we've been through by now should only have given us a better roadmap of where we headed. And it's a beautiful thing to realize that we can only have what we are able to absorb. You can only have what you can absorb. And believe it or not, that's what we already been giving ourselves. So, if any fruition came from the seed of those words, you probably find yourself asking yourself, well, what am I chasing? You only will have what you can absorb. So what are we chasing? What's my point? My point in posing a question to provoke a thought was to say, if we can enjoy the journey more than we focus on the destination, life would be such a deeper experience than just living. If we can enjoy the journey more than we focus on the destination, the end goal, because it really ain't no end goal. We're gonna demise, reincarnate, come back, and pick up where we left off at. So if we can only enjoy the journey more than we focus on the destination, life will begin to be a deeper experience than just living, than just working for a living. I ain't always know where I was headed, as I said previously. So it was impossible through different stages of my life to know where I would end up. And to be honest, if it was left to what people said, what society said, I wouldn't even be living right now. But as I said, I ain't always know where I was headed or where I would end up. Yet I'm here. And probably some of y'all can resonate with that. But yet you're here. We here. Still doing it against the odds. That's beautiful. A lot of times we had to trust the process of the unknown. And in those times, that's when we find out what we made of. In those times showed me what I was made of. And that I was connected to something way bigger than the likes of me and you. To the point that it allowed me to be able to share this. Embracing the wisdom of the unknown. Embracing the wisdom of the unknown allows us to grow in ways that we never would have otherwise. I'm saying that to say, for whoever I'm speaking to, trust your process. Trust your process. We ain't gonna always have direct directions. Some things we gotta figure out. And those things that we have to figure out personally, it's gonna rise from within. Embracing the wisdom of the unknown allow us to figure out things that we would have never known otherwise. So experiences come with during those times. When we gotta embrace the unknown, it always gonna come with an experience. And once we get through the experience, you get the aha moment. Oh, now I realize why I went through that. A lot of that's gonna have to do with our outlook. Our outlook. How we looking out is how we look within. How we looking out is how we looking in. What does that mean? It simply means this. When we change our outlook, we change what we're looking out for. I'm gonna say it again. When we change our outlook, we change what we're looking out for. We change what we're looking out for. I always was looking for a perfect world. Guess what? Guess what? The real world showed me. Guess what? Reality showed me. Guess what? Situations showed me. Guess what? Life experience showed me. It showed me the same thing I'm sure that it showed some of you. Which leads me to ask, how many perfectionists out there other than me? Being a perfectionist is not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. But it's when it's negative that it's not good. What do I mean by that? Being a perfectionist is such a good thing that it can hold you back from producing, creating, or putting out the very thing that you working on, putting out or creating or producing for the world to see. Because we're so busy and trying to make it perfect before we do anything with it. What I find ironic about that is most times we never get anything done by looking for the perfection in it. 30 years later, you're still trying to perfect the thing that you started 30 years earlier. It's not for you. It's not for you. It's not for you. Who else can it benefit? Yeah, this deep, because that's what I had to realize. Because I do it, it's not for me. Because I could sit down and I could pick up on the channels that's on the wavelengths and get in my broadband and receive the downloads and the uploads or whatever you want to call them that's coming through, and I'm able to hold them long enough to get it on paper so I can sit here and do a video before you. It's not for me. It's for you. So if I waited till I felt like it was perfect, nobody would get to hear this. Nobody would get the benefit from these thoughts. We don't have to be perfect, family. Whatever it is you're working on, put it out there. Put it out there. Somebody gonna like it. Expect your haters, but somebody gonna like it. You're not getting this inspiration. You're not getting this motivation for you. It's to get you through, but you're not getting it for you. It's for somebody else who not so inspired, who not so motivated, who not so dedicated, who not so devoted. Tell a friend, telegraph, tell a pal. Like, share, and subscribe. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Y'all know the motto. Feel good for no reason at all. I love y'all, family. It is your host and co-pilot, Saiwoo the God.